Good afternoon. This is just a quick tutorial on how to replace Genesis because it appears in the last 2 days that Genesis will be discontinued. I'm guessing probably by the middle of February, quite possibly now. If you're having issues with Genesis, it could be because the system has just not been updated and it looks like they're going to discontinue the add-on. So this one is I'm going to show a tutorial on how to add a couple good add-ons that are very, very good in terms of likeness to Genesis, and I'll show you how to use it on, install them on the sio2x skin which your box has been equipped with. So as you can see, this is your main screen of your box. Nothing changes. You want to go into Kodi. There's the sio2x skin. And here's your Genesis that you would typically use. So what I'm going to show you is how to remove this from your main screen and replace it. I'm going to show you how to leave it on your system. You don't have to remove the program completely if it's still working. However, I'm guessing that you will probably want to use the new add-on which is called Velocity far more. I've also, as most boxes have, they have one channel, another great add-on, and I will show you the Royal We, which is another fantastic add-on which can be used in replace of Genesis. So what you want to do first is go down to your settings tile, and to remove what we don't need, we're going to go into skin settings, home page customizer, and then from here you can change. So Genesis, I'm going to replace it, and for now we'll just clear it. Also, a lot of your boxes have add-on installer. I don't think this is really necessary anymore, so I'm going to remove this as well. You can find add-ons, and you'll see where you can find add-ons. You don't really need the add-on installer, so let's replace that one with nothing. To get out of this, you would just right-click on your mouse or back out on your remote control, and you just go back to the main screen. So now what we want to do is go over to Settings, General Settings. I want to go to the add-ons, and you're going to do an actual install from repository, but if you don't have the repository, most repositories should be uploaded, but if you need it, you would go to install from zip file. You're going to go to Fusion, XBMC repos, English, and you want the Blaze repo for the Velocity, but most of these are already installed. You don't need this. So once you have that repository, you can then go to install from repository, down to Blaze Tamers, video add-ons, and you want to go to Velocity and install. It'll download here, and it'll tell you on the right hand corner in the bottom that it has been enabled, so there you go. And then you can just back out of this, and I'm going to do a search for the Royal We. If you don't already have it on your box, it should be installed somewhere, but it's not. Sometimes it's not here. You find it, install it, and just wait here. It seems to be taking a while for this one. And it appears my box has frozen, so a quick oh no, there it is. So you just let it download here. So it's going to currently download that. While it's doing that, I'm going to work around it and then just let it go work in the background. So you can go back out. You're going to want to go into your add-ons file, video add-ons. You're going to want to find Velocity, which we just installed. It looks like the royal we failed to install on this box. It happens. Sometimes there's dependencies that don't work. And what you want to do here, so if you have your favorites button on your remote control, or if you're using a keyboard, you would hit the C on a keyboard or the favorites button. You're going to add this to favorites. And let's try and get the royal we back in there. So we'll go back into settings, general settings, add-ons, do a search for the royal we. It's there. Let's install it. Hopefully it doesn't do it where it gets locked up again. And it is being slow, so maybe the royal we is having issues as well. Although I haven't really had any issues installing it on probably 95% of the boxes, and typically they're already installed when you've gotten your box. So let's see how quick it downloads here. Could be the internet as well. If your internet is slow, it might take a while to download programs. I'm running off a Wi-Fi signal right now. I always say the best way to connect is through an Ethernet cable. You know, it's direct. So it looks like the royal we is not going to download here. Yeah, it's going to fail. So there may be an issue with this add-on currently that I'm not aware of. So we'll just move on from this. So now that your add-on has been added to your favorites, you're going to want to go back into settings, skin settings, homepage customizer, and you can add velocity right to your main screen. If you just back out like you normally do, it will be there. And there it is. So like I said, Velocity 1 channel, the royal we, when it's working, are very good add-ons to replace Genesis. I believe January 23rd is when they made the announcement, 2016, that they were going to discontinue that add-on. It happens. So if you go into Velocity as well, it's very similar to Genesis. You just can't save favorites inside of Velocity like you normally would. So you have your movies, your TV shows, general settings. I haven't really looked into the downloads. I don't think it's working at this moment, but you basically want to just stream anyway. So if you found the TV shows, it'll give you another full menu of exactly what you were looking for. Just like in Genesis, it would give you the most popular shows, popular TV, trending TV, most watched TV, and then you can just search if you're looking for your own program. So hopefully that helps out. If Genesis has been acting up on you and you want to get something that is very, very comparable, I have been also told that Phoenix, if you kind of dig into it deeper, I haven't looked into Phoenix, but they also have a great section for streaming TV shows and movies, people who have downloaded them into the actual add-on. I haven't really got into it much because most of the time we're using Genesis, Velocity, or one channel. So hopefully this helps everybody install Velocity, and this one sticks around longer than Genesis.